It's a strange feeling, pouring your heart into a YouTube channel, watching it grow and reach hundreds of thousands of viewers, having it taken from you, and getting it back over 10 years later. What's going on YouTube? My name is Trent, aka Epic Hobbit, and it's been 11 years since I last recorded that line. Depending on how you stumbled upon this video, this may be your first time seeing my channel, welcome, or you may remember me from the Terraria gaming videos I used to make here, or you may have seen my videos before, but forgotten I ever existed. It's not like I was the only gamer on YouTube back in 2014. Last time I made a video here, I literally looked like this. Alright, no, but it looked like this. Channels like Smosh and Jenna Marbles were still on their prime viewership, Markiplier's channel was just taken off, and Mr. Beast was rocking a whopping 1,600 subscribers. It's been a minute. I'm here to share what happened, how that kid I just showed you got banned from the platform for over 10 years, how it affected my life, and how I got my channel back. Because the thing is, I had tried to get it back before to no avail, but this year I tried a new approach, and as you can see, it worked. And finally, I'll address the question, where does someone in my position go from here? So, October 29th, 2014, YouTube shot me a message saying, your videos are so bad, you're done, you're banned. No, but a collaborator shot me a message saying that something was wrong and I had to check out my channel. I logged on to find that my channel had been suspended for apparent violations of the community guidelines. This was disturbing, and also I wasn't sure what could have caused those violations. I had ideas, I started to brainstorm, and I thought, maybe I used too many tags, which can get you banned if you spam them, by the way. Or maybe YouTube didn't realize I had permission to use the beats that I was using in my videos. I didn't know. I knew I had to appeal, but almost everything I was reading online told me not to even bother. Posts on forums would say that unless you had a massive channel that would give YouTube a lot of monetary incentive to reinstate you, you would never get your channel back, even if you didn't violate any guidelines. My partnering MCN even told me that nothing could be done. Regardless, I gave it a shot, but I never heard back from YouTube. This wouldn't be my only effort though. If I couldn't get my channel back, I would make a new one, which I did. However, I then learned that as the owner of a terminated channel, making a new one was a violation of YouTube's terms of service, so I took that down. A few years later, the spark to try again rose up in me, but my efforts bore no fruit that time either. Here I just want to say that if you're someone in a position like I was, dealing with a channel termination that you feel is unwarranted, I know how discouraging that can be. I felt that for years, and I'm sorry. Just know that YouTube does review appeals, and it is possible to get it back, as you'll see from my story. But also, if you still have any questions about the appeals process after watching, feel free to comment below, and I'll do my best to respond, or even shoot me an email at the address in my About section. In the years that followed, I never forgot about Epic Hobbit 21. Making videos here was the privilege of a lifetime, and although it wasn't the biggest channel, it was awesome getting to connect with an audience about a game that I loved. Plus, the channel was just starting to spread its wings when it got terminated. In the year leading up to my termination, my Terraria videos were starting to consistently hit 6-figure view counts, and I went from 169 subscribers to over 11,000. This graph shows that trajectory I was on leading up to my termination, and then you can see what's become of my subscriber count since then. I only share this because with each passing day, the chance of making a career from this platform had been creeping closer to reality, and sometimes I wonder what could have been, what videos I would have made by now, what my focus would be, or even if I would be different as a person from those experiences. I like what I do, and I've been very blessed and very privileged over the last 11 years, but I never stopped wondering what else I might be doing if things had been different. See, when you take away a YouTuber's channel for over 10 years, it results in over 10 years of ideas bouncing around in their head and nothing to do with those ideas. With each year, some game or work of fiction or piece of art would come to move me or capture my imagination and often inspire me to write a script to channel my thoughts on it. I would occasionally share it with friends or post it on Reddit, and I liked the feedback I was getting, but I was reflecting on some of these ideas and scripts at the beginning of this year, and I just saw that after all this time, I was still so much more limited in how I could reach people without this platform. So I decided to appeal one more time. I logged into my channel, and underneath the message that my channel had been terminated, I clicked the link to get more info on the decision. Once again, no specific reason was given for my termination, and I clicked on the link to appeal the decision. In years past, when appealing, I explained that I didn't know why my channel could have been terminated. I added that I had permission to use all the content that I used and asked that it be reinstated. This time I tried a different kind of message. The appeals process allows you 800 characters to state your case. I started by sharing that my channel was suspended over 10 years ago, without reason and without warning. I added that I was 16 at the time, and if there was any rule that I unknowingly violated, I would be so grateful for the opportunity to remove the violating content and resume making videos in adherence to the community guidelines. Next, however, I shared the reasons that I found it unlikely that my videos violated the guidelines. YouTube's community guidelines covered these 6 sections, each with their own subsections, which I took time to read up on. I decided to list each section by name along with a sentence explaining why my channel was not in violation of that section. I ended up using literally all 800 characters and hit submit. Later that night, I checked my email, and to my surprise, YouTube had already gotten back to me. From the timestamp, it looked like they got back to me about 2 hours after I submitted the appeal. The response read as follows. Hi Epic Hobbit 21, we have reviewed your appeal for the following channel, Epic Hobbit 21. After taking another look, we can confirm that your channel does not violate our community guidelines. Thanks for your patience while we reviewed this appeal. Our goal is to make sure content doesn't violate our community guidelines so that YouTube can be a safe place for all. And sometimes we make mistakes trying to get it right. We're sorry for any frustration our mistake caused you, and we appreciate you letting us know.
To make this right, we've put your channel back on YouTube.
Still doesn't feel real. I logged back onto the channel to find all my videos still there after all this time. Rewatching those old videos, it felt like reconnecting with a prior life and with a part of myself I'd been forced to say goodbye to. That's the best way I can put it. I did find that one of my videos had been flagged and taken down though. I don't know if this was YouTube's way of telling me this video was the issue, now we're taking it down and giving you another shot, or if they deemed that the reason for the video takedown didn't warrant a whole channel takedown. I don't know. The video was called Top 5 Noobiest Things to Do in Terraria, which is exactly the type of video I would have made back then, and I suspect that I used too many tags. I'm not going to contest YouTube's judgment on the matter. And with that, I want to thank YouTube for taking the time to review my appeal in the midst of all the content I imagine that has to be reviewed each day, and for acknowledging their mistake. It didn't feel good having my channel taken down, but as I mentioned earlier, making videos here that reach a wide audience is a privilege, and looking back, it's not one I was ready for anyway at 16. In the years since it happened, I've made plenty of mistakes and learned a lot. And I'm grateful to have this platform again as someone on the other side of those life lessons. I'm still making mistakes and I'm still learning, but I think it was meant to be. And I'm grateful to God for the way He orchestrated everything. And honestly, in rewatching my old content, I see a lot of it was not up to the standard that I want to have for this channel going forward. You'll notice that only a handful of my old videos are set to public. And thus we arrive at the final question. What now? I don't want to spoil the surprise entirely, but I'll finally be breaking down those games and stories that have been inspiring me for all these years, unpacking their influences and what they're trying to say. I'll be covering IP from across mediums, especially given the connections between them all. Take how the works of Ayn Rand inspired the BioShock series, for example. I've taken the last 8 months since my channel was restored to write various scripts, see what works, and hone my craft. I want to tease 2 of the game-related videos I'll be uploading. One coming in a few days on the ways Terraria has changed the gaming landscape in the 11 years since I last made a video on it, and one coming next month on an email I actually received from Notch, the creator of Minecraft, back in 2013. I want to share that story because certain elements of it actually speak to some of Minecraft's qualities that make it so uniquely special, and because our brief correspondence was interesting. Alongside the videos, I'll be streaming here and on Twitch for longer form content like Q&As or discussions with you all about the topics I cover. I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. I'm not going to look like this in the stream. The rest is a surprise. I'll leave it at that. But of course, I welcome any comments and suggestions as I navigate this creator space for the first time in a long time. One other thing. I love the name Epic Hobbit 21, But there is the concern for trademark infringement that my 15-year-old self just didn't think of. So I'll be changing my name to ThemePunked. But I'll always have love for the channel name that started it all. So feel free to call me whatever you want. Or just call me Trent. Before I close out, I just want to thank all of you who may have watched my videos back in the day. Your support meant the world to me then, and honestly, without you guys, I don't know if I would have put so much effort into trying to get this channel back. So with that, let's do this.
See you later, guys. This is Epic Hobbit signing off.